You may have noticed that I've been working with essentially 4 frames here. The first frame where we set up that initial variable, we're not really using it anymore. The 10, the 5, the 20, and I'm going to continue moving in multiples of 5. The reason is it just gives you a little bit more space to work with. You don't want to just cram all of your programming into 5 frames and then not have any place to spread out easily. Okay, and so for example, I now need on frame 25 to create a new question. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And so what I need to do is unlock these layers that I've been working with, the text and the buttons layer, because on frame 10, where my first question is, that's what I want frame 25 to look like as well. Okay, so I'm going to select those 2 layers, right click, and freeze them by inserting a keyframe. I'm also going to right click and copy them, and then move over to frame 25 and paste. Okay, so now frame 25 has the same sort of layout that frame 10 does. Fortunately, I do need to get rid of a couple of things here, so I'm going to click on the buttons layer, right click, insert a keyframe, and then I'm going to delete everything that's on the buttons layer, and then everything else should be unaffected. Frame 25 will have my next question. And so now we need to make a button on frame 15 and frame 20 because we don't know which the user will go to move to frame 25. Okay, so let's create a button. I'm going to use my rectangle tool, and I want this to be sort of orangish button with a black outline. So I'll do that and get a square, use my free transform tool to rotate it 90 degrees, and then I'll grab this and cut off that part, get another rectangle, and that's pretty good. Zoom in here, get my brush. Oop, that brush is way too small. Get a bigger brush size, and there we go. That'll do for our button. I'll select that. You can make whatever kind of button you want. I'm going to right click on it, convert it to a symbol. It's going to be a button. I'm going to call this one next. Click OK. And now you'll see in my library I have the next button. And let me go to my stage view, select fit in window so I can kind of see what it's going to look like. And I pretty much want this to be right in the middle there. There we go. And also I want, just for clarity's sake, this keyframe to begin on 15 where that button should begin. Now I have it selected. And I do need to give it an instance name, so I'll come up here. I'm going to call this go to question 2. Okay, so that's what that button is going to be called. It's going to go to the second question. Okay, and okay, I have it selected. I'm going to open up my code snippets and double click on click to go to frame and stop. And I'm going to frame 25. All right, now I actually have to duplicate this code on frame 20 as well. So on frame 20, I also need to have that selected. Go to my code snippets, double click on go to frame and stop, and click in 25. Okay. So what are we going to see when we go to frame 25? Well, just to make it a little bit different, let's select the text layer, get our text tool by hitting T, and let's ask our next question, which is a Japanese name. Okay. And let's center this a little bit better. Oops. I'm going to click off, get my V tool, move it a little bit more to the center. There we go. Okay. And okay, let's go ahead and test this out now. Do a command return. I'm going to choose an answer. I'm going to click on my next button, and that worked. Okay. I'm now going to choose the right answer. I'm going to click on my next button, and that also worked. Okay. So in the next video, we will work on that second question.